radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and things that make news in the global village.
Good afternoon. This is the 5FM Radio Main News, the headlines. Government reaffirmed Zambia's growing partnership with China in the water sector. Youth advocate urges young people who support President Hakainde Hichilema to defend his policies. And Madagascar president hiding in safe place as he warns of coup attempt. This bulletin is live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and live on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. The Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation today reaffirmed Zambia's growing partnership with China in the water sector as it hosted the Vice Minister of Water Resources from the People's Republic of China, Mr. Wang Buang, in Lusaka. Speaking at the event, Water Development and Sanitation Minister Colin Zovu said the visit signals a strong commitment by both nations to tackle water security and climate challenges through sustainable infrastructure development. The minister highlighted progress made since the signing of a memorandum of understanding with Power China in August last year, which saw the launch of planning studies for the Luapula-Kafue water transfer project and the creation of a comprehensive water development plan for the Kafue catchment. The new agreements were expected to boost irrigation, improve water supply, and contribute to Zambia's broader economic and social development goals. The minister further announced 3 priority areas for future cooperation: policy dialogue, infrastructure development, and capacity building for Zambian water professionals. The Ministry of Defense has reaffirmed its commitment to upholding human rights and dignity in peacekeeping missions. Permanent Secretary Mambo Hamaundu has officially opened a pre-deployment training program focused on the prevention of sexual exploitation and abuse, as well as conflict-related sexual violence in peace support operations. Mr. Hamaundu said the training is critical in preparing Zambian troops for international deployments, ensuring they operate with professionalism, accountability, and full respect for international humanitarian standards. He noted that Zambia has a proud history of contributing to global peacekeeping, and such training helps maintain the country's strong reputation in international missions. The training brings together officers from various defense and security wings and is part of broader efforts to ensure zero tolerance for sexual misconduct in all peace operations.
As a long-standing contributor to regional and international peacekeeping, Zambia has deployed not hundreds, but thousands of men and women to missions across Africa and beyond, often in challenging environments. Through this experience, we have learned that the true measure of success in peace operations is not only restoration of order, but also protection of the most vulnerable.
Youth advocate Rene Hajombwa has declared that young people who support President Hakainde Hichilema are mobilizing to defend his policies and ensure national development reaches all corners of the country. Featuring on the Tuesday edition of the Burning, said while the president is working hard to deliver on his promises, are failing to match his pace or live up to the expectations of the people. He defending President Hichilema's leadership, but are also prepared to take up leadership roles themselves, especially in areas where development has stalled due to poor performance by elected representatives. Mr. Hajombwa further noted that today's youths are more informed, engaged, and determined to see results on the ground.
Tibasebenza sibaleta chitukuko cha mene mutipasa tiwona ndalama za mene mutuma ku bantu lomba bena bajakirira pandalama. Because of that vacuum, we are saying ise anyamata wamene takulira mmakomboni sitingankhale lini chete nikisi kuti tinkhale lini chete ziko yathu makomboni yathu yamene takuliramo kuliyetera chitukoko. We've said no across the country. Young people across the country that love the president have joined to defend the president. I want it very clear. Young people that love President Hakainde Hichilema in this country have joined the hand in these policies.
Mr. Hajomboa has also urged the youths, particularly in Kanyama constituency, to register as voters in the ongoing registration process.
And it is working well. I think the response is okay. Our people are going to register. We are encouraging more people that want to see the floods in Kanyama end, go and register to vote. Apart from that, the young people next year, it's a hot cake. You heard what the president said at Mulungushi. Naikaba. You know, Pamela Kabila, this wave is as if it's a COVID-19 wave of the young people. We have realized that the country belongs to us as young people, and we need to take up this country. There's no question about it.
The Zambia Federation of Disability Organizations, ZAFOD, says it is making positive strides in advocating for the inclusion of persons with disabilities in the country's decentralization process. ZAFOD Federal Director Justin Bakali says and notes that the organization is beginning to see encouraging outcomes from its continued engagement with stakeholders at various levels. Mr. Bakali says the push for inclusive participation is aimed at ensuring that the voices and needs of persons with disabilities are fully considered in local governance and development planning. He added that ZAFOD remains committed to working with both government and civil society to promote equal opportunities and accessibility for all. Mr. Bakali has called on local authorities to embrace inclusive policies that leave no one behind in the country's development agenda.
Located to every constituency during the PF government. When UPND came, they increased this budget as a way of to decide their destiny. So we came up with this project with a view that during the devolution process, persons with disabilities should not be left out. And hence, we had to look for resources. And then one of our partners, who happens to be to implement this project.
And in other news trending this afternoon, a 49-year-old man identified as Patrick Champolela, commonly known as Choga, has been murdered and buried in a two-roomed muddy structure that was being used as a shop. Harry Mwanga Nkumbula Ward Development Committee Chairperson Godfrey Lungu has revealed that steps have been taken to improve hygiene and sanitation in the ward. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Solwezi Economic and Financial Crimes Court has convicted Oswald Miyoba for the offense of smuggling contrary to the Customs and Excise Act. The convict was ordered to pay the Zambia Revenue Authority ZRA a total amount of 320,851 kwacha. Brief facts are that Oswald Miyoba, on dates unknown but between the 1st of January 2022 and 18th July 2023 in Solwezi, Northwestern Province, jointly and while stuck in the government of the Republic of Zambia, of revenue amounting to 75,100 kwacha in duties and taxes. ZRA Corporate Communications Manager Oliver Nzala says when the matter came up on 13th October 2025 for plea and possible trial before Honorable Mulilo, the accused of the provision of the Plea Negotiations and Agreements Act number 20 of 2010. The court accepted that application and ordered the convict to pay ZRA 320,851 kwacha. The amount is a total of evaded taxes and penalties amounting to 270,851 kwacha, and the cost incurred in prosecuting the matter amounting to 50,000 kwacha. Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And in news from across our borders, Madagascar's embattled President Andry Rajoelina has said he is sheltering in a safe place after an attempt on his life following weeks of protests calling for him to quit. He did not reveal his location, but unconfirmed reports earlier suggested that he had fled the country on a French military aircraft. It follows a fortnight of nationwide protests, mainly led by young demonstrators aimed at kicking him out of power. And in sports news, right back Lucy Bronze has been named in the England squad for this month's friendlies against Brazil and Australia, despite only returning from injury on Sunday. It is the first squad Serena Wegman has selected since England won Euro 2025 in July, and there are several key players missing because of injury. But Bronze, 33, has recovered from the fractured tibia she played with during Euro 2025 and was a late substitute in Chelsea's 1-0 win over Tottenham on Sunday, her first appearance this season. And now, the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Western, Northwestern, Copperbelt, Luapula, Northern, Muchinga, Eastern, Central, Lusaka, and Southern provinces, partly cloudy, windy at times, hazy and hot to very hot, with a chance of isolated showers and thunderstorms over Luapula, Northwestern, Western, and Southern provinces. Maximum temperature is ranging between 30 degrees and 40 degrees Celsius. The evening will have few clouds, windy at times, and warm. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. The Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation today reaffirmed Zambia's growing partnership with China in the water sector as it hosted Republic of China, Mr. Wang Boeng in Lusaka. Youth advocate Bene Hajombwa has declared that young people who support President Hakainde Hichilema are mobilizing to defend his policies and ensure national development reaches all corners of the country. And finally, Madagascar's embattled President Andry Rajoelina has said he is sheltering in a safe place after an attempt on his life following weeks of protests calling for him to quit. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie Banda. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.